There are different kinds of science fiction. There's science fiction that's about robots and spaceships, and that's not what this is. This is about a sociological science fiction that says, what if the ground rules changed? What if the rules of our existence changed? And now what that gives us the opportunity to do is to recreate the kind of the gangsters and the corrupt society and the average person being kind of an underdog who's in need of a hero. I mean, we always feel like we're in need of heroes, but I think that this ups the stakes. So we've created a hero to fill this vacuum, this need, and she's the dark angel. She's the avenging angel of the story. The character's name is Max.
Well, one of the things that we did in conceptualizing this, when Jim we were first talking about this, and he said, let's talk about a sci-fi show, and I was sort of allergic to the notion because I'm not learned in science fiction. I haven't read it. I'm not a student of it the way he is. And he said, but you see, that's perfect. That's what's wonderful about it, because what you do is you write about people.
It's futuristic. It takes place 20 years in the future. But it's a future that probably resembles the Great American Depression of the 30s more than what you might anticipate a kind of high-tech future to be. We're saying that there's an event that causes a complete economic collapse, and America's sort of back into a depression.
Really, a sort of a model for what this future looks like is Havana today. I mean, essentially after the revolution in 1959, technology and society just stopped. It just froze in its tracks. I mean, if you look at Buena Vista Social Club, you can see a Havana that really existed 50 years ago, but it's the narrative present of the movie. And what we're able to do here by sort of adopting this conceit for our show is use the technological present as 25 years in the future. Imagine if technology just stopped where it is right now.
Well, Max is special in a lot of ways. She's special because she's played by a very special girl, Jessica Alba. I think you've interviewed her. We think she's a really spectacular new talent. And she's special as a character because she's the product of a genetic engineering experiment. So Max is short for maximum. She's the maximum girl. She's kind of a revved up version of us. She's not a cyborg. She's not a machine. She's kind of the nth degree of human potential distilled down. The fact that our main character is genetically engineered, that's not something that could take place in present day, considering that she's an adult. It's an experiment that has begun in our present day, and we all know, with the various advances in cloning and genetic engineering that exist now, that such a thing is maybe either possible now or just around the corner, certainly not very far off. But for a main character who's a young adult, she's supposed to be 19 years old in our story, it can't happen now. It has to happen 20 years from now. When we found Jessica, we knew we had found the best actor of anyone that we had looked at. So then it was like, okay, kid, you got 6 months to get in shape.
And she's been working hard.
She has been working so hard, and it really shows. I mean, she just has a real physicality that she didn't have when she first came to us. But it seemed to me that since, it's all based on the heart, on the emotions, and very much on her interior landscape, that we had to find the actor. We had to find the best actor.
We also, as writers, had a wonderful opportunity that's not usually afforded us, because we found Jessica actually before we'd written the script. So that with Jessica in tow and with Jessica training and getting to know her, the character of Max on the page really resembles the wonderful person that we've gotten in front of the camera. Well, we have a wonderful actress, and I think this is a person, Jessica is extraordinary, and I think people are going to tune in this show. They're going to see her. Girls are going to want to be her. Guys are going to want to be with her. She's just there's something wonderfully inveigling about her. I mean, she just draws you in. And
I think we have a good chemistry. I think we have a good chemistry between the actors. I think we have a good chemistry between the elements. And it's a unique chemistry. Nobody else is doing anything quite like this. Our guy Logan, he tells the truth. Now he's smart enough to do it anonymously. He hacks into cable feeds, and he does cable hacks that are seen, regionally, possibly nationally, where he pops in for 60 seconds and he tells you what's really going on. And he does it with this kind of pixelated way of hiding his face. And he says, "Here's the straight scoop, folks. This is what's really going on. You can't trust these people. This, and this." And so he's a truth teller in a time when nobody's telling the truth. And so they want him. They want to take him out. He's making an awful lot of enemies. We're pulling out all the stops that we can to do wire work. There's a lot of high stuff on buildings because Max is a thief. And with her skills, with her ability to physically access places that you and I couldn't, she's she's always climbing around some skyscraper, dropping down, rappelling down the face of some high rise. And so, we've had to recreate that. And I think the stunt guys have been doing a spectacular job. So in a way, while working in television, one might be envious of the greater resources of a feature film. On the other hand, as a writer, having worked in features, I'm envious of the opportunity to have a more novelistic canvas to paint on. So.
There's a scope and a scale to this pilot that's unlike anything I've worked on in television. And there will be, certainly on a weekly basis, you will see a physicality and a scope of action that's uncommon for television. But the heart of TV, where it really lives and breathes, is right in here, and it's in the characters and it's in the relationships, and that's where we're putting our energies.